Alright, so I really wanted to not give this weapon a good review. By definition, I'm a hipster. We'll get into that in a second there, I guess. This is the Prosecutor. This is the Trials auto rifle that everyone's been ranting and raving about. And I wanted to kind of give it a bad review because I'd been only using in PvE pretty much all day. In strikes, in patrols, public events, and not impressed at all. Not impressed. Made the mistake of taking it into PvP to put the nail in the coffin, and just look at that guy's health. Oh, this thing just wastes people. So this is the Trials of the 9 auto rifle called the Prosecutor, and apparently I'm up against a clan here. They all have the same thing too, and this is me solo queuing in Clash. This is a really good game actually. I was surprised we actually won this one. So I get. Okay, first off, before we get into it, one of the main perks is like a hipfire thing, and I'm going to try to hipfire this dude to get a clip here for you guys to see if I can hipfire, how good the hipfire accuracy is, but he obviously had better hipfire accuracy than me, and well, actually, no, he melees me. So this is the Prosecutor. This is the Trials of the 9 auto rifle, and yeah, like I said, was using it so much in PvE and not really feeling it, man. I like my Uriel's Gift, which is basically kind of the same thing in terms of rate of fire, impact, things like that. The Uriel's got actually has a little bit more on the range. I'm going to show you a little comparison here. But the perks in this thing, man, this thing is good. I mean, it's got one perk that I kind of feel like is a little bit of a wasted perk, which is the hipfire perk. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, you know what? If this thing had a better perk than the hipfire perk, oh, no, you can't hide around that corner, sir. No, I've got my Foetracers on. Can't hide from me, sir. Yeah, we're going to go through all the perks and compare everything, but the main perk is like a hipfire. Look, I love Foetracer. It's the only hunter helmet I'm going to use I am using right now in terms of exotics for my hunter. But yeah, if this thing had a better perk on it, like a range perk or something like that on it, it probably would be a little bit on the OP side. But yeah, this thing just mauls people. Now, this was my first game actually using the weapon, and I played a number of Crucible games afterwards. I did really well in those too. I'm saving those clips for other videos. But I wanted to show this one here because it was interesting. It was my first game in, to me solo queuing in Clash up against the clan, and we ended up pulling the W. But man, combining it with Foetracer, if you didn't know, Foetracer, I did a full exotic review the other day on those things. Foetracer, that is the exotic helmet for the hunter, and it marks targets. But besides marking targets, when enemies get low in health, it does extra damage. When I tested it in PvP, I didn't really see that much of a difference with auto rifles. Maybe like your last bullet or two might do like an extra, like it'll go from like 23 to 24 or like 24 to 25 or something. But in PvE, it's very effective. So this is the only hunter helmet that I'm rocking right now. But this thing, there's not anything to not like about this thing. All right, enough of my babble. You know, let's go and take a look at some of the perks. So first off, I've been really enjoying playing Night Stalker on everything, PvE and PvP. I'm going with Way of the Pathfinder for my setup. So here's the Prosecutor. So it's got a rate of fire and impact very small, the same basically as Uriel's Gift. But if we look at the, so the main perk is precision, right? So Recoil Pattern is more vertical. But it grants a short period of increased stability and accuracy on initial trigger pull, but you could switch that. I'm going to show you that in a second here. So tap the trigger, that's the main perk right there that I've selected, right? But I'm going to show you what happens when you do slideways. So sliding partially reloads the weapon, but that's not the thing. When you slide, you get it for 3 seconds. It's going to boost your handling and stability, and I'm going to demonstrate that in a second here over in the European Dead Zone. Then you've got Hipfire Grip, which is an ergonomic grip that increases accuracy and stability when firing from the hip. So there's all your different setups for your initial barrels and stuff. I just go with whatever gives me the most stability. Don't really feel like I need the range perk because I was just doing fine. This thing just looks so awesome with all the different shaders on it. But using it in PvE all day long, I really was not that impressed with it. I kind of felt like the recoil was annoying, the sights were annoying, where the shots go was annoying. But man, it is a different story when you go into the Crucible. But you know what? Probably for the raid, I'm still going to be going with Uriel's. But for the next raid, I'm going to try this thing out and see how it goes. The reload's a little bit on the slow side too. I think my Uriel's reload's just a little bit faster. I don't know. I have to go back and look. But I'm going to give it a whirl the next time we do a raid. But yeah, there's the Foetracer right there. So Relentless Tracker. It's going to visually track one target. And for that one target that's tracked, when it gets to low health, then it's going to do some bonus damage to it. So like I said, I noticed that way more in PvE than I did PvP. But this style of auto rifle in terms of rate of fire and impact, man, it brings me back to Destiny 1 in year 1, basically, when it was all about the Vanquisher, Shadow Price, things like that. My Vanquisher, man, I grinded so hard for the Vanquisher. I finally got it from a Nightfall. I still have it in my vault. Yeah, I can't bring myself to delete it, even though I'm well, we're all done with Destiny 1, right? But let me show you some recoil patterns here. One without slideways on, and then one with the slideways perk on. In the PvP clips, I was using it without slideways, right? So there's the vertical recoil without using the well, I'm not putting my hand on the other stick at all, right? Just letting it shoot right straight up in the air. But it's really, really manageable. But let me show you what happens when you actually equip slideways, where, remember, the slideways perk, when you slide for 3 seconds, well, first off, when you slide, it's going to put some reserve ammo. So let's say you're in a gunfight, running out of ammo, you slide, it's going to fill the magazine just a little bit, but then also you get some bonus stability and also some handling. So watch this right here, right? So I'm going to do a quick slide, and you're going to see for 3 seconds on the left side of the screen, look at the recoil. Thing does not move. Man, I was stupid, man. I completely should have been using this the entire time in PvP. So I think if you're one, thank God they removed the sprint cooldown in PvP, because I'm going to be using this perk now from now on for everything, for PvE, PvP. Even in PvE, like, if you think about it, I don't like the reload on this thing. So the fact that I could just do a quick slide, and I'm sliding all the time anyway with my Scuff Impact, promo code Mesa Army, plug. But nah, I'm constantly sliding around, and every time I do, if I'm in a bad situation in PvE, need just a little bit more ammo, getting surrounded by ads, just do a quick slide. But I feel like all day in playing PvP, I was non-stop running into the Prosecutor. I went flawless, but I'm pretty sure that the way the Lighthouse works, well, sorry, not Lighthouse, the way the new Trials of the Ninth Dimension, or whatever it's called, if you get 3 wins, you get to go to the social space. If you get 5 wins, you get something else, so forth. So you probably could still get this. And obviously, when you're playing Trials, you're getting those tokens, those medallions, which, just like everything, cash them in, and you could possibly get this, I believe. Now, a quick question for you guys. Do you think they're going to put a nerf out on certain auto rifles? They said, look, for Destiny 2, they handcrafted all the weapons, right? So if one becomes a problem, they could go in and tune it. I wonder if this thing's going to become a problem. It's really good, but you still got to have good aim. Now, I don't have good aim, but it's a really, really good weapon. The Scathe Lock also, I go with Scathe Lock as my primary, and then I go with this one as my backup. But for this gameplay, I was strictly just using this weapon the whole time because I wanted to get kills with it to obviously make this video. But to, talk about the whole nerfing and buffing things and all that stuff, the biggest complaint I'm seeing from everybody is Mida. Good old Mida. Everyone's complaining about Mida. I mentioned this in one of my other videos, and man, I'm just not good with tether, but at least I tethered him enough so I can kill him and waste him. Yeah, well, when it comes to Mida, all right, that was my jam, obviously, in Destiny 1 when it was really good, and then even towards the end. I always said with Destiny game, well, now I could say Destiny games, Destiny 1 or Destiny 2, I go through phases where, all right, I'm really good with hand cannons one night, then the next night I'm terrible with hand cannons, but I'm great with Mida. Or one night it's a Supercell night, and then I'm terrible with hand cannons. But within Destiny 2 so far, it's been all about auto rifles for me. I really am I'm solid with them, and the Nightshade too. The Nightshade's another really good one. Still haven't gotten the Vigilance Wing yet. That's the exotic pulse rifle. That's very Trials of Osiris looking and so forth. So anyway, battle modes engaged. I'm going to let the gameplay roll out. God, I can't talk at the end of the video, but you guys know I never script any videos. And can I waste this, dude? Yeah, get wasted. I know I have terrible aim, guys, but you know this already if you were a subscriber to my channel for a long time. So I'm going to let the footage roll out, guys, and that's it. Do me a favor, drop a like in this video, only if you see fit. Follow me on the Twitter at MesaSean. Check out my stream, usually always on YouTube, and that's it. I am out of here like Vladimir.
Time to prove yourself. 30 seconds. Victory well executed. Remind me to bring you along the next time I feel like brawling.